Welcome, everybody, to Adrift in Aldhalor. Oh, no. Sorry, I forgot while we were pre-show, we were changing our characters to 2024. Yep, you got me. You got it. But it's okay. It should be quick. While Shannon's doing her announcements, I'll fix it. But exciting news. We're going to be using the new rule sets, so that'll be interesting. Let me also make sure, because I'm noticing lines not moving for you guys. I'm going to fix that real quick. Well, no, because I'd also see the music on it.
Oh,
but it's working now, just in time for that.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, our music is licensed through Musicbed.com. Occasionally we use ambient audio from Syrinscape, TabletopAudio. I'm going to bring Shannon in real so I can fix things. Oh, that's right. Shannon's face is not in there because she wasn't here last week. So, Shannon, just talk.
It could just be my voice.
Nope, there you are. I got you in.
Okay.
All
Hi.
Right. Hold up. Let me make sure they can hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to just keep talking.
You're good.
I'm
Go
good.
Ahead.
Hi. Hello, friends. Hi. Oh, okay. It's been a week. I don't know. How long's it been? 1,000,000 years? Just a long time.
It's been 2 weeks since they've seen you.
Oh my god.
You heard her 1,000,000 years.
Well, I'm going to talk about our amazing partners and what they do. Starting with Arcane Spectacles. Roll for initiative, everybody. And check out Arcane Spectacles, your haven for all things TTRP tree. All right. TTRP tree. I said that because literally the word under it is tree. So, honestly, I was doing this all at school today, too. Let's try that again. Roll for initiative and check out Arcane Spectacles, your haven for all things TTRPG. Their personalized D&D themed ornaments will be a critical hit all year round, and their top-notch tabletop RPG accessories will give you an edge in battle. Customize those ornaments with your party's names to show off your adventuring party like never before. And don't miss out on your chance to level up your tabletop experience with Arcane Spectacles. Visit them at arcanespectacles.com. Next, we have Underground Oracle Publishing. I can't, Alex, you're trying.
You know what's funny is Alex is making this, playing with his... I'm editing Alex's actual camera right now, too, as that happened. And I didn't see it looking over that he has a towel on his face.
Yep.
Anyway, continue.
Amazing. Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a best-selling Emmy-nominated TTRPG publisher building new and exciting settings for the cipher system of every genre you can imagine. Each setting includes everything you need to explore its unique world, including lore, species, descriptors, foci, creatures, ciphers, artifacts, and all of the rules that you need to play. For as little as $3, 1, 2, 3, that many, you can join their Patreon and help shape each of the worlds that they create. Edward Yorke. Eddie is our beloved character artist. He's an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. Last but not least, we've got 1985 Games. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. Sean uses their NPC cards in our game. They've created some very, very wonderful NPCs for us to interact with and engage with. So check those out if you haven't already. And you can use the code paradiceprod. Oh dear. PARADICE. Prod. PROD. For 10% off your entire order. If you haven't already joined us on Discord, please do that. We kind of are up to date with VODs and recaps.
Only one behind on VODs.
Yeah. Also, I saw that it split, so I need a recording if you have it pretty, please.
I do. Yes. In the last 15 minutes, my internet decided to do its thing.
Well, at least it was before we were streaming. But join us on Discord as well as Bluesky, Twitch, X, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Are you good?
I got it. I got it all.
All right. Let's do it. Let's check when you switch to the main stream.
I did.
Screen. You did.
Audio
The
should
audio
work.
works. Excellent.
All right. What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right.
We're playing D&D,
Playing D&D.
Sean. Yeah.
Okay.
That thing.
Alrighty. So it's going to be a short recap today, partially because I didn't have time to write one, and two, because truly we were mostly fighting last session. But last we left off, Iron and Mana found themselves trapped somewhat after forcing their way through a mirror puzzle. And then almost losing bits of their souls by taking a short rest in a haunted hallway, and then finally entering into a space and pissing off an undead lycanthrope alchemist. A battle ensued, where there was several flinging of potions, several vortex warp spells, flinging Thyrn into various cages with different undead werewolves, and of course, our favorite moment when Bruce belly flopped into a bunch of potions, triggering 10 wild magic surges, including one that I forgot about, which was if you had the reincarnate one, where if you had died within a minute of it, you would have been reincarnated.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I ran towards him. Well, no, I didn't. No, I didn't plan on doing that. I was being random in which direction
you were rolling for where you ran because you were also blinded. That would have been very interesting if Bruce came back as like a dwarf, the reincarnate spell. But anyway, Bruce triggered several different wild magic surges in the moment, but did destroy most of the potions within the alchemist's store. The fight continued where the alchemist at one point, sort of overwhelmed with alchemical infusions, burst into flames and began attempting to throw explosive barrels at you all. Timing-wise, it was perfect because the barrels were all around him, and someone got off a nice hit right on the barrels, causing a pretty massive explosion.
You mean Septimus astutely cast animate object, having them all swarm him and attack him?
You're correct. That's right, including a barrel that I wasn't in play, but just happened to be a barrel on the minimap. But yes, Septimus once again used his animate objects to create a barrel army. And then the timing was right for one of these barrels to explode. And triggered the rest of them to explode, which ended the fight. As you all were recovering, because some of you took some significant damage, you noticed that Estos, the wizard from earlier in this city, who had insisted that you take the sewers into the tower, and also gave Thyrn an amulet to protect him, appeared out of nowhere. Despite having told you he had no spell slots left and had lost his wizard's tome. In the conversation with him, you essentially learn that he has entered into a warlock pact, it seems, which he claims to be with Ladan, the one of the two twin gods that you've been learning more about within this dungeon, that seem to be related to or responsible for in some way the rot in this place. Where we left off was you all beginning a short rest within this chamber, because as far as you can tell, it is safe. And Estos promised you all that he would essentially fast track you, and he would help you get through the rest of the tower to try to help you get to the top to complete your mission. He was a little cryptic with why he was doing what he was doing, but for the most part, you were all like, well, we seem to still be aligned with what we want to achieve, so we'll go along with it. So, you are all in the alchemist chamber. And resting in some way. I know some of you were looking about and looting the room. Estos is kind of wandering about the room himself as well. Like I said last week, he has almost a cocky air to him now now that he's gotten his magic back, as opposed to that very like slumped over, desperate wizard you saw before, surviving off of old canned preserves and jams. So your short rest is beginning. Is there anything particular anyone would like to do during this short rest, or are you just trying to pass the hour?
So during this time, Jacques was inspecting the alchemist's gun, which I know you gave me the thing for. So that's basically what he's going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people should be attuning to their...
Yeah, I was going to say that. The armor.
That was more of a reminder for Septimus.
Well, he's muted right now.
Yeah, am I unbanned?
You are, yeah, we have unbanned you from the chat.
Is your character sheet up to date yet?
Mostly. It pretty much is. I'm having trouble with the subclass. I'm only getting one option, but it's all right.
All right, we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah, I can take a look at that later and help you out with it. Okay, so Theron and Septimus are attuning to a magic item. Jacques is discovering the features of the item he found. Bruce and Saskia, what are you two doing?
What is Estos doing right now?
He's wandering about the room. Like he's literally just like pacing. He, in a weird way, almost giving you guys privacy for your short rest. As he's just sort of like observing the various contraptions that survived the explosion. The other thing that you will recall from the previous session, that filling you in, Shannon, for because you weren't there, is that he did indicate that he, in so many words, that he desired to reestablish the Astrology Tower's order with himself leading it.
I would like to chat with him, but I want to wait and see if Bruce has something he wants to do first before I start the conversation.
Oh, no. My head is down. I'm snoozing. Just went through a wild magic fucking
Yeah.
wild time.
Gauntlet. Yeah,
Maybe you
that's
want to
fair.
spend some time looking at those the potions that Saskia and Jacques gathered up.
Yeah. The
The
last
remainders.
10 minutes, I will identify everything.
All right. Sorry, 1 second.
Those hit points that Jacques and I lost from, was it Jacques? No.
Mhm.
Yes. Does that come back after a long rest, or does that have to be a restoration spell that gives those back?
Long rest. 1 second. That's right. I forgot you guys lost some hit points.
Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
max hit points and
And a-
point off our wisdom
So,
score.
that's right.
Yes. If I recall correctly, it's actually a short rest. A short rest was on the ability, so a short
Oh.
rest will restore it.
Okay.
It's
Fabulous.
that effect specifically said short rest. Normally, it does take a long rest or a restoration to restore abilities.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So whenever you're ready, Sean, I will initiate a conversation with Estos.
Yeah, let's do it. Wizard is just sort of like right now, like messing around with little contraptions on the other side of the room. Maybe wandering a little bit around the bars of the prisons that hold the corpses of the werewolves now.
Mhm. All right. I'll having, suddenly felt as if I'm 10 points higher than I was, a few minutes ago. I will stand up and kind of limp over to where he's standing at the prison bars, and I will just say, you said some rather interesting things earlier about this pact that you entered in. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Why, of course. We are nothing if not allies at this point.
Right. You said you've got favors to fulfill that you're... Did he use the word patron? I watched it before this, but I don't remember if he said patron.
I don't believe he said patron. He did say pact, though.
He said pact. All right. This person or entity or whatever that you entered into the pact with, you said there's favors that you have to fulfill in order to keep your magic or whatever. How is it that you know what they want? Did you just fucking ask them and they just outright told you? Did they send you a dream or what?
Oh, a reasonable question to ask. There was a book on these things that I had read when I was younger. Can't recall the name right now. But your general nature of pacts and warlocks and their relationships with their patrons, as they're called, usually dictates some sort of favors. You can't just get free power, of course.
No. Right.
But in my experience, it all happened rather quickly. I was delusional, on the edge of death after you all had left. You had not returned for some hours. No indication of whether you had died or not, so I started to lose hope. I recall collapsing on the ground, rot foaming from my wounds. And as I looked up to the decaying wooden ceiling of the preserve shop, I felt a warm embrace. There was less words and more feelings, like concepts, ideas that entered my mind, but not in a way that a whisper would enter the ear. And I knew what I needed to do. I knew what must be done.
You just knew.
I was compelled in some way. It was then that I awoke from this, and I sensed you were in danger.
So you're new to this then?
Oh, as of 5 hours ago.
Ah, right.
You're speaking very interestingly about this. New to this. This it indicates that you...
I'm not. No. I've this has been quite some time, and I was just wondering if your patron was any less cryptic than mine is. She's not very forthcoming, and I kind of just have to drink water whenever she tells me to. And then stuff
Interesting.
happens.
Curious. Not every warlock is educated in the world. I, perhaps better than some, knew a little bit about warlocks before this pact, although, as you might be able to attest to, the patrons rarely come when you're clear of mind. They find you when you're desperate.
Yeah.
But yours sounds very much more akin to the Fae.
Sure.
Well,
I haven't really done much reading up on it.
You haven't read, I can't find the name of the book. It was named by one of people in this room many sessions ago.
We have it, but I haven't spent some time with it. Did you have to give something up in order to get your powers? Or is it just fulfill your promise?
Well, I am not sure what was going to happen when I fulfilled that promise. Traditionally, patrons don't stop asking for things, which is why they often come to the desperate.
Right, but I had to give her something before she...
It's common with Fae. They're often seeking to steal things, even from those they don't use, their patronees.
Yeah, she definitely stole something.
My patron is more of the old world. Cryptic, because they are themselves not of this world. Usually, against popular opinion, the infernal patronage. I'm sorry, but I believe someone left their cellular phone on in this scene. Infernal patrons, although they may try to trick you, at least speak plainly, often. Their contracts are contracts versus whatever we invented.
Right? Yeah, no, I definitely didn't get any, nothing in writing. Nothing. And I sure shit don't remember. And then I stop talking, like, when I say I don't remember, I, like, stop, because I realize I'm oversharing.
The origins of your patronage seem complicated.
That's a nice way to put it. It's very complicated.
You're as cryptic as Ladan is. It's fairly straightforward. I was dying, and he offered me life.
Right. Well, I appreciate the insight.
Of course. It's new to me, but I have studied quite a bit. Hence why we need to restore the tower. Well, anyway,
I'm just gonna go sit for...
oh yeah, yes. You do that. And he immediately goes back to his NPC loop around the room. All right. So, your short rest passes without disturbance. You can apply the effects of your short rest.
Sean, I
And-
want to let you know that I used a bunch of, since we're going by new second wind rules.
Yep.
I used so I got one back from taking the short rest, and then I used 3, so I have 1 left for the rest of the day.
Oh, the
Short rests. Sorry, second winds.
Okay.
I identified everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, the potions.
Is that a question or?
It was gonna be a statement, and then I was gonna tell Sean what I got.
That's not how it works.
A potion of haste, a potion of
Nope.
permanent stat buff.
Nope.
Sean, you're supposed to say yes and.
No, but.
Why aren't there any bullets?
Did I say how many potions you got?
No.
Okay, cool. All right. Can I have
get
someone
1.
roll me 2d4?
I'll do it. Oh! Ew!
But mine came out first.
Did you get 2 4s?
I
No, I got 2 1s.
I declared it. 2
What did you
4s,
get?
Sean. For an 8.
No, you did. All right. First potion is a very interesting potion. Is this a real potion? Sorry, I'm just
Potion of smiles. Whenever you drink it, you smile.
No. It is called Sentinel's Potion. It's not something you're gonna find in the D&D Beyond. But it allows you to. It allows the drinker to not sleep for up to 4 days, and not suffer any negative effects from not sleeping.
Wow. Do you still get
After
benefits for?
you still get benefits of a long rest. After the potion wears off, though, the subject falls asleep and cannot be woken for 1d4 days.
Woo! Okay.
The second potion is a potion of Enlarge. So it gives you the Enlarge spell effects for 1 minute.
Wow, Bruce is gonna have a lot of fun with that.
One is a simple antitoxin that will cure the poisoned feature.
Yeah, I can't wait to be normal size.
One is a potion of Frost Giant Strength.
Excuse me. I thought I muted.
You weren't, sir. One is a potion of heightened healing, which for 10 minutes you gain double healing, essentially. That's the 5th one, right?
Yes, 3 more.
Okay. We have a potion of Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Um, um, we have one of them is just essentially at the end of the day an allergy medicine. It just is a potion of anti-allergy. It will remove the side effects of
love it.
allergies for 1 hour. So if you ever get sneezy, you
I
can
love it.
1 hour, please.
Can I use
24
it?
hour.
Can I use it like Benadryl?
Yes. You basically have
Alright, cool.
a Benadryl, a vial of Benadryl in the fantasy world.
I'm so happy.
It's the little things.
Exactly. All right. And the last one is, since you did so well with your rolling of 2d4s, I'll give you a very rare one. Potion of Vitality.
Ooh.
It cures all levels of exhaustion. For the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit dice you spend. It also cures any disease or poison affecting you.
Like a rot?
Like a rot.
I wish we knew what it did before this rest.
I believe that is all 8 potions.
Thank you, Sean.
No problemo.
Also, while I'm at it, because
Yeah.
I got it running right now.
Sure.
Can I get the metal disc with an image of a feather on it identified?
Ooh, that's right. One moment. Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, it is a discus of featherfall.
Okay.
So essentially, it has one charge that refreshes each day. That is one casting of featherfall.
And is it require attunement?
It does not require attunement.
Cool. I love that.
Mhm.
How about the broken charm with the key carved on it?
Ooh, yes, the broken charm with the key carved on it, because these are the things you guys were finding when you were mucking around.
Right.
So this is a broken, so it doesn't work. It would require being fixed.
Orkin.
It is an amulet of arcane lock. But this one does require attunement for it to work.
Okay.
But it's basically you can use it to use the arcane lock spell. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right.
You basically found a wizard's, like, you were searching through a locker room and you found the wizard's lock for his locker.
Yeah. And that's why I was able to get in, because it's broken.
Exactly.
All right. And then last thing, the clothes with traces of magic.
Ooh, yes, that's right. I should have written these down.
And then also there's 2 other potions that you did not tell me, because I got 3 potions there.
No problem.
You told me one of them was probably a greater potion of healing, but
yes. So this is, where is it? I don't have the exact item name.
okay.
But it is clothes that can change their appearance. It's like the glamour armor, but it's not armor, it's clothes.
Oh. Good to know. All right, cool.
Glamour Weave
Thank you.
from Eberron.
Yes. Thank you for finding that for me, Stefan. Yeah, I think a few of these items are actually from Eberron. The names might be different. Because I am going off of memory for the names. And then you had a few more potions, right?
Yeah.
So one of them,
potions.
one of them is a greater
Potion of
healing
healing,
potion.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then how many more? It was 1 or 2.
2.
2. Okay. Ba, ba, ba. The first one is a potion of bark skin.
RR.
And then the second one is a potion of fasting, which allows you to go without food or water for 1d4 days.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I think that is all.
I feel like I've given out a record number of potions in this campaign.
We
in the last
won't
2
use them.
episodes.
Well, it's potions are always a safe thing for a DM to hand out because the party will hold on to them until the last possible second to use them.
Or use them all at once.
Yes, or
And
use
waste
them
them
all at
all.
once and waste them all, or use them in a very, very specific circumstance when petrification is going to end the combat very early.
Mhm.
Still a standout fight from campaign 1 when you use that.
It made it memorable.
Alrighty.
I got it.
In the fight with the Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said you forgot it.
Yeah, I did. But it was that, like, you know how my humor's bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that.
Cool. Usually I catch it and I'm able to move on, but this time I didn't.
Sorry. It's because it was so important to you. You couldn't bear that I had forgotten such a memorable
Yes.
fight.
A little bit, actually.
Moving on.
Moving on. Is there anything else? Any other housekeeping to be done before we move into the next part of this? Yes.
Level up?
No. Good question. It's been a while, actually, since you've asked it, so I almost said yes.
Been a while.
Alrighty, so Bruce has fumbled with the 11 potions in his hands that he was just identifying. Actually, Bruce, Estos comes over to you while you're fumbling these potions, and you see him unbuckle his potion bandolier and says, "Would this be helpful?"
Oh, you're just gonna give that up like that?
Well, as you can see, all of my potions have been expended, but you have quite a few.
I mean, if you're offering, sure, I'll take it.
I could always get another one another time once I am the archmage of this tower.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll gladly take it. Is there any magical properties to this? Oh, I have Identify running?
No, it's just a potion bandolier.
All right, well, I wear it across my chest.
I guess the only magical property it has is that it helps protect the potions from getting shattered if you were to like fall flat in your chest.
Okay, cool.
So it's not going to be a thing where Bruce thinks it's really cool, puts all the potions in it, and then trips. And I'm like, you broke all the potions. 10 more wild magic surges, please.
Bruce thinks he's a little bit cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah, anyone looking at Bruce, you can determine if your character thinks he looks cooler or lamer.
Nerd.
Don't fuck
Here
with
and
the
misses
system,
his
you'll
shiny
avoid.
new armor. Sorry.
Misses it?
Yeah, I mean, this is better magically, but his old armor was like, he spent so much money on it. It's shiny and new, and
Of course.
He misses his new armor?
well, he got new armor, but it's
Yeah.
cleaner.
His new armor is old looking and ancient and
Yeah.
covered in moss and
Covered in
shit.
thorns and
Yeah.
shit.
Septimus, did you attune to the armor as well, or did you attune to the longsword?
Just the armor.
So Fearn and Septimus match now.
Aw.
Nice.
Wow, everyone looks so good with your new armor and your potion thing.
I'm just hoping this will keep me alive.
Yeah, I guess.
Looks like that.
Ooh.
They're very green.
We just did a successful short rest, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Remember, Septimus, you only get half of the health back from your hit dice because you still have a point of rot on you. Not to rub it in. So, you're in this space now. You're all gathering up. Some of you have your new fresh armor. And Estos did say, well, I guess Estos will say to you all, well, it looks like you all are ready to go forward. As promised, I can get you out of this mirror chamber.
Now, before we go, was I right?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. No, So let me tell you my theory, because I knew.
Certainly.
I'm pretty sure we saw it on one, and I was like, we need to make it look like the other one.
Yes, that's usually the nature of a mirror chamber.
Okay. I just wanted to know if
Well,
it was
I
It
haven't
didn't-
seen
but why
what you.
It didn't work, though.
Well, remember, at the start, you
Oh
took a
fuck!
scrap
I
of
wrote
paper
something, didn't I?
and wrote on it, and then
Right.
Bruce went into the other room
Shit.
and then wrote on a piece of paper, and then, well, you'll see.
And nobody listens to me.
A classic mistake. In my first year in the academy, I did it all the time. Got locked into a mirror doorway, thinking, "What did I forget? What did I forget?" And I, dropped something out of my pocket in one room or something of that nature.
Wait, so how did you get out of there? Did like somebody have to walk in and be like, "You all right?"
Essentially,
Like,
yes. You
How
see,
did they know
back
you were in there?
back at that time, Bruce, these halls were filled with wizards, not undead.
But those books were all useless, so I can't see a reason why somebody would go in there.
To get to the alchemist.
Oh, so they wreck the room and then they go through. But only one person can go through at a time.
Unless you solve the mirror. You didn't solve the mirror, it sounds like.
Yeah.
No.
I was close. I had the right.
Anyway, I can get you through without even worrying about it. How does that sound?
Much better.
Wonderful. Thank
Very
you
good.
so
Unless
much.
you'd like another
Estes.
go at it.
No.
No.
Well, we would be going in the wrong side, right?
I
think
don't
it
think
works
you're
both
understanding
ways.
the nature of the magic here, which I'm not going to go into explaining because I
Well,
think
we'd
we
have to
someone
burn it
be-
exactly like we did.
or use a
Never mind.
mending spell. Anyway, he like the first moments that when you first met Estos, he was desperate and begging you for help essentially. Second time you met Estos, he was a cocky warlock suddenly, and now you're like, this guy's kind of a dick, but he's helping us.
He gave me a bandolier. I'm content
That's true.
with
That's
him.
true. But that's like the first moment of seeing like a little shortness in Estos when he's just sort of like, I don't want to explain the esoteric reasons magic works. It's magic.
Mhm.
He's like Stefan DMing.
Quickly
Magic.
before we leave,
Yes.
just because didn't get enough healing on my short rest, I'm going to use once Divine Spark and heal myself.
Ooh, what is that?
It's in my new cleric thing where I get 3 charges per long rest. Where one of the options is I can use it to restore 2d8 plus 5 HP to a creature
Very nice. Very nice.
under Channel Divinity.
Look at you. Alrighty.
So 11.
Anything else?
Does anybody else need any healing?
I'll
Yes,
take some.
Yes, actually.
I'll give it to Saskia.
I mean, I have 2 more, so I could flick you each some healing.
Let's maybe not use all of our abilities just in case there's some more bad guys coming up. Just a thought. I mean, heal Saskia, but maybe don't use all of your healing powers just yet.
I'm burning them all, baby. No. I'll just
Okay.
give one to Saskia.
Tiku.
All right, then. You all seem well rested now. Shall we proceed?
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm sure you already discovered this on your own, but I would avoid staying in the hallway in the next chamber. That is a knot of wizardly design. I don't actually know where that came from. Perhaps something to do with the undeath in the area. Anyway, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, then. Let's see. I'm getting used to this still. And you see he holds his hands out, and he kind of looks at them with like kind of a little bit of a manic look in his face, like he's almost like excited for the magic to come out, because again, like he is a studied wizard who learned all of his magic via textbooks, who now has innate pact magic. It's almost like a nerd becoming a jock in one day and just being like, oh, the power, or vice versa. And you see he holds his hands out, and you actually notice like coming out of his skin of his forearms, you actually notice now that a lot of like the heavy coat and the wrappings and gloves he had on his arms are filled with holes that have been torn into it. And you can see why, as suddenly golden thorned roots grow out of his forearms into several gnarled horns almost. And as he does this on the ground, similar roots writhe into what you could only surmise is a teleportation circle. As he's,
Hey, how'd you do that?
and you see there's like an exhilaration, like he lets out this deep breath. It's like, Saskia, you recognize this as the feeling of being surged with your pact magic.
Yes.
Quickly now, into the circle.
Okay.
Yeah, like he completely like ignored your question, Bruce. like that was not me forgetting you said something. He actually ignored your question.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where are we going specifically?
As you asked that, he brings his hands together, and suddenly the roots that make up the circle just sort of go all around all of you, kind of like when Groot makes the root ball at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Just except there's no little cute lights in there. It's pitch blackness once it wraps all around you all. And then suddenly you just sort of like feel woozy in the way you do often with teleportation. And it just feels like there's a lot going on outside of this thorn ball. And then suddenly it melts away and you all find yourselves back in the vestibule chamber with the stars above and the astrology discs in the center console.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, we got ourselves
Feels
out of
good.
that.
Feels good, right?
Yes, but the coming down from it is not pleasant. As suddenly his face like sort of sinks. To the top, right?
Lead the way.
Sorry, one thing. Is the door that leads to the mirror room still there?
It is right now, yes.
I'm gonna open it and see if our kobold friend is still in there.
So he never made it into the room. So actually, when you go to
Oh.
walk up to check, you would actually hear coming from one of the long, like, remember I described there as those overhanging tapestries that like almost float over the floor. You would see the tapestry shaking, Fearin, as you get up there. As then you would, as you're looking around, hear a little voice inside, hiding in the curtains, essentially, going, "Oh, no, yes, you're back!" As he comes scurrying out and runs over to immediately hide behind your legs, Fearin.
Welcome back. I mean, I guess you didn't really go anywhere, but
Oh,
You
Declan
wouldn't
was
have
very
wanted to be-
scared.
don't worry. We handled most of the dangerous parts on our own. You were good to stay behind.
Okay. Is everyone else here too?
Take a look.
And he peeks over and he looks to each of you individually, and you can see this like smile creep over his kobold face, his long crocodile face. Before he falls on Estos and his face drops. And he immediately starts to shake and hides behind Fear and goes, "Wizard, no, I don't, no. Wizards are mean, wizards are cruel. I don't want to see, no. Who's this man with the wizard hat?"
He seems to not trust you, Estos. Do you know what he's talking of?
I don't recognize this creature at all, so I don't know it.
Yeah, I think it might be a product of some of your colleagues. Maybe magical testing. He claims to have had a mother at one point. Whether biological or just a maternal figure.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, I think actually he said that his mother looks like Bruce, so.
Very interesting. There was a division within the order that studied naturalism, the ways of life. Well, I was never part of it. I was more in the antiquities and arcane knowledge.
But on a kobold?
What's that?
Well, I mean, if they're never mind, you wouldn't know. But if they're experimenting, like, wouldn't why a kobold?
Oh, I'm not sure. It might not even be a kobold, really. It might just claim to be a kobold. It could be another creature of a different origin. They may have whole cloth created this thing in a lab. There's a callousness to the way he's speaking about experiments of wizards. But it does seem rather infected. Strange that it has lived so long if it has such severe rot on it. And he kind of like gets down on a knee to like sort of get on Declan's level. You've nothing to fear from me, little one. There may have been many bad wizards in this tower at one point, but not anymore.
They're all dead. Jacquet chimes in.
He's not wrong. Declan still doesn't seem to like trust this guy, but he will come closer to the group if Fearn walks closer to the group.
Fearn, would just stay in the front of the pack and just, kind of ambivalent to the situation.
So, what are we doing here? Why didn't you just take us to where the lighthouse top is?
Oh, because you can't just teleport into the lighthouse.
Well, I think he did it to the circle, and the sinner's sanctum was his
But
focus.
we can manipulate this to bring us to the top. You almost made it. I see you combined all the astrology discs, which revealed these constellations, which might seem akin to our real sky, but lead to the alchemy labs. But if you, and he just starts to move his hands, and the discs come out and separate. He says, and if you rearrange this way, take this one out, and he puts it back in, having removed one of the discs, and the other two fit in a different configuration together without the third. Goes into the center, and you can see the stars shift, and they almost like the stars all move to like a ring around the outer wall of this, leaving an open, dark sky. As he gently goes, that is the way up. Unsure what will be up there. Are you all ready?
How are we getting up there?
You expect us to fly?
He literally does that. He literally just raises his eyebrows together and like, maybe.
Oh, no. Oh, give me a minute.
Jump.
Do you expect there to be any danger there?
Unless the rotted corpses of my old colleagues have completely withered away, I imagine they are similar to those corpses in the previous chamber you fought off. So there may be danger.
Jacquet gives like a "I told you so" look to the rest of the party, as he's gonna walk forward and kind of investigate the way up.
It's as you say this that you notice that the stars that formed the ring on the outer portion start to reconfigure and just and form into these ethereal stairs that go up in a spiral upward. Those of you who are afraid of heights might still find it a little nauseating because they are transparent. You're walking on a cloud of stars, so there's a little bit of good faith you have to give that these will actually work. But Estos would take the first step onto one. You can see he rises as if stepping on regular stairs.
Can I see it at all with tremor?
No. Bruce, it would not appear in your tremor sense.
I'm like at the base and like I'm like putting my foot up like to test it. I'm like,
That's
I take my goggles off. I can't see it very well either because it's like transparent.
Doesn't walk next to him and put one foot on it, and once he feels that it's solid, he's not necessarily afraid of heights. He likes being somewhat grounded, but since he can feel it, be like, oh, okay, hop on. Even though this might be difficult for you, Bruce.
Okay, I can also. No, actually, no, I can't go in the bag.
Bruce, you would once you get onto Septimus' shoulder and Septimus is grounded to the stairs, you can see the stairs. It's just that the bottom stair did not connect to the ground. So while you were standing in the circle, you couldn't see any of it. But once you're on it, you can start to see it. It's a little weird though, because they don't look solid to you. They look like you can like see the way the stars connect in the constellations. So it doesn't like look exactly like stairs to you, but you get the general shape of it and could keep track of it on your own if you want.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Feel like these are steps of the night. The feature for Twilight clerics.
Twilight clerics.
Yes.
Estos just says that, just laughing, just because Twilight clerics.
So overpowered.
Well, that's why there's a whole nation of them. But anyway, it's a long way up. We best get moving quickly.
Very well.
Okay.
Shall I head ahead, or lead the way, or do you guys plan on stealthing again?
I think Estos could do that. He's familiar with this, right, Estos?
I can lead the way, yes. These steps of the night, as your friend called them, they'll get us most of the way up. They'll get us right to the chambers below the actual firehouse at the top.
All right, let's do it.
He's had a butt.
But of course, I don't know what has developed in the rings above. If there are creatures from outside up here, or if there are other machinations of the undead. So we still need to be careful.
How about I go ahead stealthily while you all follow? Jacquet says as he starts to push past the rest of the group and melds into the stairs.
Whoa!
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Oh no, I rolled a 6, but that's okay because I can't get lower than a 10. That's a 22.
This fucking guy. Okay, 22 on stealth. You're pretty confident that no one can see you at this point. Or at least no one is aware of you. As you traverse up these steps, you do notice as you're getting ahead of everyone that they do occasionally sort of flatten off to a flatter area that then continues. So it's like they're a spiral along the wall, and then every now and then it's a ring around the wall that leads to the next set of stairs. But they all have like an empty center. So you do occasionally find areas that's a little bit more flat as you're going up. And
Almost
some of these...
like,
Go ahead.
depending on the configuration of the discs, it would have made a different landing.
Exactly. You do notice some other hallways as you get up, but Estes has told you that you need to go basically all the way to the top to get to where you all want to go. There are other chambers that are throughout this tower as you rise up that may contain their own puzzle rooms, may contain their own features. Treasures, perhaps. But as you rise, you can give me a perception check to listen or look out for danger.
Um, 16.
Mm-hmm. Fearn?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, as Fearn is watching, I guess I don't know if he could even see Jaquette go up, but he will go to Declan, look at Declan, and say, "It will be dangerous. It seems like we're going into another dangerous situation. If you want to stay here, that's fine. Just go back to your little hiding spot."
Oh. Do you think I should go back? Am I hindering you?
No, I just think that for your own safety, it might be best if you waited here.
Wait here.
If you don't want to wait, you can come with us. Just know that it might get a little scary.
Oh, I'd rather be scared with friends than alone.
Very well then. Stay behind me.
Okay. And he will be basically clinging to Fearn's leg the whole time. Jacques, what, you got a 16 on your perception check? Okay. It's with that 16 you can start to notice sort of like the infrastructure hidden behind these stars, where you notice almost like ethereal support beams across the tower. The more you go up, they sort of almost disappear into the stars with how as Bruce might call it, weird architecture works. Where, Bruce knows how annoying it is to build a wizard's tower because they want everything to not follow physics. But you would notice amongst these half-corporeal support beams, hanging from them, you would notice a large number of the light thieves from outside. Some seem to, where you are about to enter, the area you're about to enter, some of them have gotten inside somehow, whether it's through balconies or something. They've flown in here, and some have formed a little nest amongst these ethereal beams. Rough count, it looks like it could be anywhere between 6 and 12 of them that are here, mingled amongst the beams, sort of just hanging there or clinging to the side of them.
Okay. Upon seeing this, Jacques will hold up for the rest of the party to kind of show them. So if they continue up, Jacques will go, "Look out. Some of those vampire bats have made their way inside. I don't know if we should deal with them separately or just go past. They don't seem too dangerous, but if they attack us while we're engaged with something else, it might be a pain in our ass."
But if we engage them now, that could cause something larger.
Exactly.
So might as well just try to go by.
I was gonna say, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, I was agreeing with you. Then yes, let's continue.
And let's try to be quiet, maybe. As Jacques eyes Septimus's and Fearn's new heavy plate armor.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, those creatures, they sensed us, right? Because we had those potions on that protected us the last time. But they sensed living beings. Maybe we can somehow fool them, make a distraction.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Well, you seem to be the sneaky, deceptive one. Do you think you can pull it off? Take their aggression and then hide someplace? Lose them somewhere?
Jacques looks at Declan for a moment and goes, No. I can try. Between here and the roof, is there a hallway that branches off? I guess here on the top floor.
Yeah. So just to give you kind of a general breakdown, you noticed this cluster when you reached one of the encircling flat areas.
Okay.
So basically it's like you're walking up the stairs, and then there's a flattened area that goes basically like a half moon around one side, and then leads to another set of stairs that go up. And it's in the middle where you see these beams that come out, and they almost like you see like corporeal beams that then disappear. There's some kind of strange architecture happening here where you can see like there are beams holding this tower up, but they strangely become ethereal so that they can have this weird, ever running.
Weird, cool.
Yeah. But within that flattened area, though, there is a hallway in the middle of it leading off to a different chamber.
And is there another platform above us? Or
Yes.
like another landing?
Yeah,
that
there
has
is
a
another
hallway.
landing. Yep.
Okay, so Jacques will, be like, I'll see what I can do. And he's gonna move up to the next landing and then see what that hallway holds.
Okay. All right. So everyone's gathered on one landing, and then you are going up ahead past the light thieves to the next landing.
Right.
And you're peeking into the hallways.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to see if any of them provide, better or worse stealthing advantages.
Sure.
I have another idea, Sean. If you get a second. Could I possibly take the flower that we had from the other from defeating those plague monsters and use Druidcraft to possibly bloom it, like use the bloom feature to like make it grow and like basically cover my like cloak with flowers?
So that's an interesting idea. So I would say you can do that actually, because I did say it is a flower, a blossom, and Druidcraft does allow the blossom to open and grow. What this would do is give you some temporary concealment, and concealment's not the right word. It's the rebuffing. The Blessed Wart rebuffed these creatures so that they wouldn't come after you. So it would only be helpful for you. It wouldn't help anyone else, and it would only last for 10 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, I'll be prepared to do that when the time is right. I guess right now would be good.
All right, so Jacques, you're investigating both hallways or just the one on the next platform?
Both, just to see which is better.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first hallway, you peek into it, and this one is a really, really long hallway. It seems to like almost go forever when you look at it. And you don't really see rooms on the left and right of it. It just seems to go until you can't see anything because it's just so dark. So this one is less an area where you're going to be able to find little alcoves and more just its own long hallway leading perpendicular from the platform. Makes you think back to the farmhouse and the bandits and the way that Illusionist had an endless room.
Right.
That this might be part of its own doorway of tricks like the previous mirror chamber.
Okay.
Carrying your stealth over, you can sneak up to the next landing and look into the next hallway. This one seems a little shorter. It only goes in for about 40 feet, whereas the other one seemed endless. And this one does have offshoots to it.
Okay. Like offshoot hallways or doorways?
Doorways. Basically, it's the doorway zigzag. So like there in the first 5 feet, there's one on the left. The next 10 feet, there's one on the right. And it all of it goes to at the end of the hall. You see, actually does end at a dead end that just has this clearly what at one point was a magical brazier that is just an empty cauldron now.
All right. Then Jacques is going to open that first door on the left. Take a peek inside.
Yep, and you immediately see that these are essentially dormitories. These are bedrooms.
Love it. All right, so leaving that door agape. Sorry, does it open inwards to the room or outwards to the hall? Very, very important.
It opens inward.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, has it open, pokes his head out into the main chamber, looks at the life drinkers, and is just gonna go, hey, you ugly suckers, come get a fresh treat. And then he's gonna fire his crossbow at them, more to get attention, but if I can kills 100 of them with one shot, cool.
Go for, that's definitely not going to do that, but you can definitely do your first attack with advantage because you were also stealth and hidden, so you get sneak attack on it. So go ahead and give me an attack for one of them, and you all down below would hear Jacquette trying to call the attention of these light thieves. I know it probably doesn't matter for your plan, Jacquette, but there are 7 rooms in that hallway. One every 5 feet, basically, on zigzagging. What was your attack roll?
19 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, that's going to be 18 magical piercing.
Okay, 18 magical piercing on that first one.
And using that weapon mastery, that one life drinker's speed is reduced by 10.
Ooh-wee. All right, I'm gonna ask everyone to roll initiative now. The life drinkers don't seem to have spotted the rest of you yet. They are some height above where you're standing right now. So 20 to 25. Okay. Let me actually roll for the life drinkers. I didn't do that. Or light thieves. I keep calling them life drinkers because that's what I called them earlier. Okay. 15 and 19?
15.
17.
All right. 10 to 14?
10.
Fancy new 2024 rules, but some things never change. 5 to 9?
Oh, the nerds.
What'd you boys get? Michael, you can go first.
1.
And Bruce, did you get a 0?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, 0.
How the fuck does that happen?
He is negative to dexterity.
Yeah, I have -4 initiative.
Oh gosh.
That's so
Septimus, that's your name.
sad.
All right. Jacquette, you will still have like the rest of your turn here, so you can still like move, use a bonus action. You've just used that main attack, so I imagine you're on that landing right now. The hallway is right behind you. They are what I'll say is about 20 feet out from the landing is where the first life drinker is. You again, I'll say now that you kind of are looking at them more studiously, there is there does appear to be 9 of them there. You still have the rest of your surprise round turn.
I am going to bolt an action to move into the room when they start to approach. So basically to make sure that they see me where I am, and then I'm gonna go in, if you'll allow me, with a free action to close the door behind me.
I will allow that.
Thanks.
They are first in initiative, so this is going to happen immediately.
Okay, cool.
So, Jacquette, you start to see them activate, essentially, and move closer to you. You all see this as well. This is sort of all part of the plan. Like, Jacquette distracts them. You guys have to book it past. As you see several of them, I'll remind you what these guys look like. They look like a skeletal hand that has a purple eyeball inside a set of teeth in the middle, and then on the back of the hand are two large bat-like wings. So they're basically spider bats with an eye in its mouth, and it's like spindly and sharp claws at the end of the hand fingers, the legs. But you see several of them crawling along these ethereal wooden banisters, and then sort of drop, and their wings catch, and they all kind of giving off this like not super loud but a creepy chittering noise. They don't really, their mouths are full of their eye, so they just sort of like, you just hear this strange cracking noise of the knuckles of the skeletal hand. It kind of turns into a chorus of chittering from the swarm of them that now are flying right for Jacquette. Jacquette, are you gonna go into the first room on that left?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Jacquette, you get into that room, you close the door, and you just start to hear and you can hear their little spindly claws crawling across it. As you can see here, occasionally, as they're trying to pry in to the door. They're trying to pry at the hinges to open it up as they've sensed your presence in there and heard. Obviously, you shot one and heard you, but they are now locked in on your presence in there. This is interesting, actually.
You are interesting.
So they're not able to deal a lot of damage to this door because a lot of their offensive abilities are for things that are alive and not wooden doors. So they are essentially all dealing like 1 point of damage to this door on each of their turns. So you just hear kind of like the creaking and bending as they would deal 9 damage to the door. You're up, Jacquette.
All right. Jacquette
Sass is on deck, then Fear, and then Septimus, then Bruce.
Is going to what's the layout of this room?
Layout of the room? Yeah. So it is it's essentially 10 feet across. Yep. And 10 feet deep. It's just a 10 by 10 room. 10 foot tall ceiling as well. There's okay. There is a old ruined bed in there that clearly like the frame is kind of collapsed a little bit. It's got the arms with a little curtain canopy above it. So a canopied bed, that's the word I was looking for. A broken canopy bed with some shattered curtains on it. There's a desk there for studying. And a small fireplace. It seems similar to the chamber or the brazier outside. Brazier is
that
probably has magical properties to it because it doesn't really have like a flume or a chimney.
Right.
It's probably just magically lit.
All right. I'm gonna take the investigate action to look for coins.
Give me an investigation roll. I love this this tabaxi on all fours looking for a single copper on the floor while 9 death bats are just prying at the door.
That's gonna be a 14.
A 14. You are looking through and through, and you lift up kind of like a ripped curtain that had fallen by the side of the bed, and under the bed you spot 11 coppers. What you find is like a really small coin purse that has spilled out 11 coppers.
All right, cool. Since I'm so close, I'm just gonna slide under the bed and take the hide action.
Love that. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
25.
25. Okay. All right. Sass, you are up. You all are together and can act as one here if you wish. If you are just looking to run, but if you have individual things you want to do on your turns, then that's okay. It's up to you guys and what your plan is here.
Can I run and hold
So-
actions?
Yeah.
Or is that possible? Bruce, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say before we do anything, what is Jacquet doing? Do you want to find out?
Yeah, actually.
So I'm gonna message him. I'm gonna message Jacquet and
Okay.
be like, "Wait, what are you doing?"
What do you mean? I attacked the life things. They came, they're attacking me. Now you have time to move past unhindered. I thought it was pretty obvious.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that we're okay. But you're gonna be okay?
Bruce, baby. Jacquet's always okay.
All right, I'll check out of you in a little bit. Jacquet wants us to move without him. Get by.
All right.
He'll meet up with us later.
All right. In that case, then I will move my full. Well, first, actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my
Rage.
scimitar. Yeah, I know, right? Because I can do that now. So with a splash of seawater, whew, it shows up. I don't actually know what a scimitar looks like. I have to look that up. But I know it comes with a splash of seawater. And then I will move my 30 feet, and I'm holding my action to attack if any of them dive me.
Okay, so a reminder: you're on these like this flat platform that then leads to stairs. So like, it actually is quite movement exhaustive to move in this space, because you have a 60-foot wide, 30 foot diameter ring that is this whole space, 10-foot
Okay.
wide stairs and platforms that you're going along. So if you all were starting, that's a scimitar.
Cool. Thanks.
Basically a cool cutlass. But so if you're all clustered here and you're moving 30 feet, so you basically don't get as far as you'd probably think. You would get basically to the base of the next set of stairs. The light thieves are all out of your vision at this point. Like, you don't even see
Okay.
them. You can just hear them stabbing at Jacquet's
right.
door that he hidden.
We could dash too, right?
That-
Well, she
well,
wanted to
then I
hold
was-
her action. That's why I was saying
Oh.
that. You
I
can't
did.
dash.
Okay.
I did, but I already said it, so I'll just stick with that, and I will dash next time.
Okay, so you're holding your action in case a light thief appears
And
outside, away
dives.
from there, and
Yes,
dives for
yes.
someone.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Sass is at the bottom of the next set of stairs. The rest of you are 30 feet back on the platform. Fearn, you are up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just moving with the team, but I'm keeping an eye on the creatures,
Mhm.
and I guess I'll probably just ready an action to use thaumaturgy if they start, like getting distracted or like start focusing on us. Like, I want to make a noise that's far away.
Okay, so you're holding your action for thaumaturgy if the light thieves are no longer distracted by Jacquet.
Right.
Okay, so the two of you are at the base of the stairs then, hanging out there with your held actions. Septimus, what would you like to do?
What is Estos doing? Is Estos moving?
Estos, let me actually roll an initiative for him, because then I can
I guess
tell
what I
you.
would say is if Estos heard what Bruce had said and continues the way that we need to be going, Septimus would just full-heartedly follow him.
Yeah, Estos does continue because Estos was listening when Fearn and Jacquet made the plan and was like, yeah. So Estos just starts walking right up. And before Bruce actually even messages him, because I also realized Estos actually goes before all of you except Jacquet in the initiative. So Estos actually, while you guys were still trying to figure out what to do, Estos had just started to move forward and ahead. So he is probably a little bit ahead of Sass and Fearn because he didn't hold an action. He is like starting up the stairs that leads to the platform where Jacques is.
Septimus would just follow him.
Okay. You want to use your dash also?
Yes.
All right. So we have 2 at the bottom of the stairs, 2 at the top of the stairs near the next platform. Bruce, what are you doing?
I'm on Septimus's back. I'm just gonna do the same thing.
Perfect.
Will can I do anything with a held action? Because I mean, I'm not using my movement.
You can hold your Array of Frost.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. What's the trigger?
Everyone else's. Or
If if the bats get no longer distracted.
yeah.
You have to be specific here, Bruce.
Oh, like I'm gonna have disadvantage because like I can't see very well.
Yeah.
Flying.
Yeah. But I needed to be specific so we know what triggers it. Because there's bats coming out of the hallway is very different from bats dive towards someone, like the other trigger is.
Whenever someone triggers,
Someone else
their
attacks.
Trigger,
There you go.
yes, then
There we
that's
go.
my trigger.
If someone else attacks a bat other than Jacques, you will trigger your held action. Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, all right. So we have 3 at the top of the stairs, 2 at the bottom, 1 hiding under the bed. Alrighty. I am going to roll for the bats to see if they maintain their concentration on Jacques. They do. The bats continue to dig at the door. Let me just check something real quick. Okay, let's see how much they damage the door on this turn. They are struggling with the door this time. Maybe it's because they are don't necessarily have as good of a sense of Jacques in there, but they are now kind of like crawling across the door in a more exploratory way. They're like looking for weaknesses on the door. A few of them are attacking it, but not dealing enough damage to really do anything. But the door is rough right now. The door, if a door could be bloodied, a door is bloodied.
Damn, I was about to say.
It's splintered.
It's splintered, exactly. Sorry, I just unplugged my headphones. I can't hear you. All right, I'm back. All right, so Jacques comes back around to you now. You can hear that they're still at the door and seem to still be distracted. You are under the bed hiding. Do you want to maintain this or do anything else?
Can I investigate for more coins?
Sure.
No, I'm joking. I'm just gonna maintain,
no roll needed. You found all the coins.
Can I find magic items?
Yeah, there's a legendary +3
Dragon
handkerchief.
scimitar.
No, joke's on you. There's another
+3 handkerchief.
It's a +3 handkerchief. Yeah.
Her stone, yeah. Oh, my precious. No, maintain my hiding.
All right. We will keep your 25 stealth for this.
I think that's good.
All right. Back to the friends outside. The bats seem to be, at least for now, at least this round, maintaining their distractedness. I will say none of you have passed them yet, though. So like, you haven't actually really gotten within the bounds of the bats' attention. Other than those who got to the top of the stairs, the bats may have had a chance of hearing you. Sass, you're up. Theon, you're on deck.
All right. Feeling a little like quote safer now that we know that they're distracted. I will use my movement and action to dash, and so that'll get me 60 feet. And There's too many things I can do with my bonus action now, so that's gonna be it. I gotta make myself a cheat sheet.
So you're moving up and dashing. So this is gonna
Yeah.
mean that you're going to cross the threshold of the hallway.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna ask you to give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, because you're not actively using the hide action. You are just dashing across.
Okay. All right. First roll's 17. No, it's not as good. 9.
Okay. I'm gonna roll something real quick. See if they notice you.
You don't have.
With a
you
9.
Don't have to. You don't have to.
It's their perception check, so I do.
It's okay. They're busy. They're busy.
Trust me, you'd rather me. Oh, never mind. Oh, actually, they got what they needed. They rolled a 9. But so Saskia, I would say, can you roll me a d4?
Can I just have it be a 1 because I know what it's for? I think it's a 2.
Sean,
Yes.
If what we think is going to happen is going to happen, does that activate my readied action because it hasn't been my turn yet?
The only issue is you can't see this from the position you're in at the bottom of the stairs. You would have to see.
That's a little unfortunate. Why did I ready this action at all?
Yeah, it would require you to like hear the bats like fly out of the room or leave in a way that you could see that they're no longer distracted. I will say Saskia can react to the bats that notice her and make a shout of some kind. I imagine maybe that would indicate that Saskia has encountered trouble.
It'll be like, fuck.
Yeah, so you hear Saskia go, fuck. As Saskia, you notice 2 of the light thieves have peeled off of the door and are now looking directly at you. One of them that's like crawling on the ceiling of this hallway, and one that's just floating there, that big purple eye staring at you.
You're fucking creepy.
They already had their initiative on this turn, so they don't do anything right away. But on the next turn, they're going to come after you.
I'm going to hiss at them.
Fear, you do hear some hissing. and Saskia go, fuck. So I'd say that's enough for you to at least know that something went wrong.
So if I use thaumaturgy, could I possibly make the sound like it's coming from the other side of the door or the door itself?
What door?
The door that Jaquette is behind.
You have no idea where Jaquette is right now. All you know is that he was up on that platform, shot them, called them names. You don't know what that hallway looks like. You don't know that he's behind a door. For all you know, he was running down a deeper hallway, and that's the thing is, like, as much as you guys made a plan of like Jaquette distract them, if you're at the bottom of the stairs, you can't see the next platform, or at least not well enough to know what's happening up there in the hallway.
Okay, can I choose to not use... Actually, you know what? I'll just use thaumaturgy, but I'll do it to cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Okay. So you can do that up at the top of the stairs because you have 30-foot range on it. So Bruce and Septimus and Estos can feel a little rumbly tumbly beneath them. It's a little weird. It's not gonna mechanically fuck you up, but Bruce and Septimus and Estos were like, whoa, I just got a little dizzy for a second. Do you want to use your movement, Fearn? No, wait, this is not your turn.
Yeah, it's not my turn
This
yet.
is your reaction. Sorry. Okay, Sass, you used your action. Did you use your bonus action?
Movement. No, but I'm overwhelmed with the choices I have for bonus actions, so
Okay.
move on, please.
No problem. No problem.
I gotta
Fearn,
make myself a cheat sheet.
Fearn, you are up. You're at the bottom of the stairs. It's another 30 feet up to the next platform.
Okay, I'm gonna full send as well.
Full send? Okay.
Yeah, dashing up to where Saskia is.
Okay. So you come up and you are right up with Saskia. Now this is my question: Do you cross the threshold so that you will also be in view of the light thieves, or are you like hanging against the wall before they can see you?
I think I probably want to. That's hard.
Yeah. Oh, and Sass, sorry, I need to ask you this. Did you, when they noticed you, would you have kept moving past the opening?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so you're not standing like right in front of the opening. Just in the moment they saw you, so you would have moved a few feet past it. So you're like 10 feet past the actual hallway. Fearn,
Okay.
you get up there and
What-
you can see that you need to cross this threshold to get to
Who is
Saskia.
in direct vision of
you.
the eyes? Like, is
Right
it
now,
just
technically
Saskia?
no one, because Saskia, they saw her and then she kept moving, so they saw that someone walked past the hallway and two of them noticed her and looked like they were gonna follow her out. So you right now when you get up there and
What
you
a-
look, no one is within vision of them.
What about Septimus and Bruce and everybody else? Are they behind me or are they ahead
So
of Sas?
they are right where you are right now. If you have just used your movement, I'm basically asking you how much of your dash do you want to use at this point.
But I
You
can
get
get
more movement than me.
How much
you
movement do you
moved
have?
the full. I have
So
30. Just like
no, I'm
everyone
sorry. Septimus, you used your full 60 in your last turn. They only used 30, and it's now their turn. So
I
they
see.
are,
Yeah, gotcha.
So they are. So Saskia is 30 feet ahead of you. Fearn just got on up to you, and now he's deciding how he wants to use the dash.
I'm gonna follow her, and I'm gonna just like put the cloak over my head, trying to hide behind the flowery garb that I've covered myself with,
Mhm.
and just get to where she is.
Okay, so I'm gonna also ask you to give me that disadvantage stealth check to see if you draw the attention of any more than the two that have seen.
Joke's on you! I always have disadvantage on
I know.
stealth checks.
So not a super high DC. DC is 7.
11, baby, let's go.
Okay, so just the two that have their attention's already been drawn away from the door notice you. The rest of them are still paying attention to the door. So you dash across. You and Saskia now are on the other side of the hallway, or the opening of the hallway. So basically, it's like everyone else is at the start of the platform, and you've gotten across to the other side of it. Septimus and Bruce.
Still using full movement. Catch back up to Estos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Estos, you'll see Misty stepped past the opening so that he doesn't have to run across it.
Oh, well. I can't. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, then I will ask for a stealth check with disadvantage.
I already had disadvantage.
Yeah, me too.
Classic move. Yes, let's go. Woo!
Which it could be way worse.
What'd you get?
10.
And what'd you get, Bruce?
Oh, I didn't roll. I was like, yeah, he's
He's
gonna
just
roll for
sitting
me.
on me.
Yeah.
You're rolling for you clanking against his armor. Your armor clanking
Oh.
against his as he runs.
No. Oh no.
Oh no.
I got a 1.
Okay. Bruce, can you roll me a d4?
Yeah. I
Septimus,
could.
you actually just succeed.
I got a 1 on that D4.
Okay, good. Good. So only one additional light thief notices you all crossing the threshold.
No, it doesn't.
Um,
I said it doesn't, so it doesn't happen.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Again, a reason to be very specific with your reactions and your held actions, because if you had held your action for a light thief noticing you, you would have gotten your ray of frost off there.
I was gonna use my action to move Septimus's legs.
Okay. You actually only needed 30 feet to get to the position where Fearn and Sass are. So Septimus, if you wanted to dash, you could keep moving.
Yeah. I do.
Okay. So Estos, Septimus, and Bruce have moved ahead of you all. Estos is actually all the way up to the next platform above, because he was able to use his dash and movement in addition to his Misty Step. It's the Light Thief's turns. There's an additional digging into the doorway. They have nearly broken through the doors. They are basically pulling and ripping open a single ply of it to just all squeeze into the room. The 3 that noticed you all, though, are going to fly out and go after those who they see. All right, so Necrotic Drain. Saskia, does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah.
All right, Saskia, you're going to take 11 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Second one is going to attack you again, Sass.
Okay.
22.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be 7 necrotic damage. And the third one is going to go for Fearn.
But
may I?
Yeah. Yep.
Can I? I can see these things, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to reduce that first one by that was 11 points by half, rounding down, and I'm going to force the attacker to make a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh. Oh,
using
okay.
beguiling defenses.
They got a natural 20.
Fuck.
damn.
Sorry.
There's no half for success. Well,
Okay.
damn.
You tried.
I tried. That's all that counts. I tried.
It falls flat. Your patron is not willing to help you in this moment. Or it just
you took away
fizzles.
my fucking tentacle and now you won't help me? Fuck you.
So, this third one actually, I'm going to change what it does. It actually does something very different. It is going to teleport. It sort of pulls its wings together and the fist together, so it becomes a little kernel, and then just vanishes. You don't see where it is.
I don't like that.
So, Chocolate, you're up. They are digging away at the door. It looks like the door, if it were to have health, has 3 health left.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do
End
know
my
what you're
turn.
gonna do. I do know what you're gonna do. Yeah.
What?
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. There's another 11 copper on the other side of the room.
Well, actually, I'm gonna hold my action
Ooh.
to fire at one of them.
Okay.
If they break through.
If they break through.
Just so I've got
Perfect.
that.
Perfect. Oh, right.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna stay hidden.
Okay, cool. Saskia.
No, I'm just joking.
Saskia, you're up.
All right. How far away are these things?
So 2 of them are right in front of you.
Great.
The attacks that they did were melee attacks, so they are like fluttering around you, while the third one disappeared.
Okay. That's right. All right. Well, I have my scimitar out, so I'm going to, with my action, I'm going to take a swing at the closest one near me.
Swing away.
Swing. Oh, I don't think a 9's gonna hit.
9 is not going to hit.
Okay. All right. Well, all my other bonus actions have to do with... Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to use Misty Step.
Oh. 2.
There's so...
Teleport.
Yeah, there's so many things I can do. Okay. What can I do? Okay, yes, I'm going to teleport the full 30 feet.
Up the
away.
stairs.
Up the stairs.
Past
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep moving towards the direction that we're going.
Okay.
And then I am going to... Fearn, how are you doing on HP? Are you okay?
I'm dying. I'm almost dead. I swear to God.
Are you really?
Totally fine. No, I have like
Okay.
100
All right.
HP.
All right, great. So then I'm gonna make this a dreadful step.
Ooh.
And creatures within 5 feet of the space I left must succeed on a DC 17 Wisdom.
Okay.
That means me too?
No,
Does it say creatures or allies
it says
or enemies?
It says creatures.
So that'll also affect Fearn.
Sorry, Fearn.
What was it? DC what?
17 Wisdom.
First
If
one.
I get this, oh my God, I'm the greatest roller in the world.
First one meets it with a 17. Second one
Okay.
fails.
All right, so the second one is going to take 7 points of psychic damage.
I think I also take 7 points of psychic damage.
If you failed that, you're going to take 7 points of psychic damage.
So what is the description of this? What happens?
It will just as must succeed on a DC 17 saving throw or take 2d10 psychic damage.
And what's it called?
Dreadful Step.
Yeah, so what happens is, if you don't mind me taking
Go for it.
there.
Go for it.
As Saskia teleports, uniquely her Misty Step has become more interesting.
There's so many things I can do. It's so cool.
Saskia, essentially, your form takes on a dreadful presence. Your face grows gaunt, your skin turns to this like pale green as you're sort of infused with this like fey magic of your patron that makes you almost kind of look like a swamp hag for a moment, almost like Granny Bryan. As you sink into a black pool of water, and then a black pool of water appears 30 feet away, and you come up out of it.
I fucking love that.
And it's really scary, Fearn.
Yes, please. It's really
I'd like to use my reaction to hellish rebuke her. I'm just kidding, obviously.
But yes, one of the bats you see starts to like sort of twitch and squirm as the presence, the fey magic, the sealiness of this negatively impacts them. Do you use your movement now?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can catch up with Septimus and Bruce now.
I will. My face will fill back out, and that black water will kind of eke its way back up into me, and I'll be like, "It's fucking cool." Just keep walking or running up. I was just double checking to make sure I can do that because it says it's part of Misty Escape, and it says you can cast Misty Step as a reaction in response to taking damage. Oh no. But it's Steps of the Fae, so that doesn't matter. In addition, the following effects are among your Steps of the Fae options.
Okay, so your Steps of the Fae is the actual thing you did versus the other one.
Yep, and it still counts as a bonus action, so we're good.
Oh, that's cool. The reaction one. That's cool.
Yeah.
For those at home, Saskia has switched her patron type to Archfey from Fathomless.
Yes, so I lost my tentacle, but I gained a lot of cool shit for Misty Step.
And she loves Misty Step.
Yes, I do.
All right. Fearn, you are up.
Okay, so these two guys are within 5 feet of me, I'm guessing?
One of them is. One of them is a little further away.
Okay, so the one that's next to me, is it hovering? Is it underneath? What's underneath it?
It's flying. It's sort of fluttering around you.
Okay, but if it were to if I were to hit it and it falls down to the ground,
It would hit the
fall
platform
all the
you're
way
on.
down?
No, it would hit the platform you're on.
would it somehow tumble down the stairs or something fun like that?
Nope, because you're not near the stairs anymore.
I'm on the stairs, I thought.
No,
Damn
you're
it.
not. You're on the platform in between the two sets of stairs.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna whack it because that's what I do, Sean.
Whack away.
Okay, and I don't have to use GWM anymore because it's not a thing. So I guess I just. Ooh, but I could do the grounded. So if I do the grounded strike, I can't move afterwards, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do a regular attack on eyeball close to me. $21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. So now I do this, which is going to be 15 plus 4 because of my heavy weapon mastery, if that's what it's called. So that's going to be 19 bludgeoning damage.
19 bludgeoning. Nice.
Wait, hold on. I get to re-roll and I can take the higher. So let's do that.
Okay. With your savage attacker.
Does this also include the thunder damage, Sean, with savage
No.
attacker?
Oh, well, yes, actually, because it's any weapon damage dice that you roll.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 4d6 twice.
Okay.
And the first 2 are going to be bludgeoning. Okay, so it's going to be 8 plus 9 is 17 bludgeoning damage. Ignore the damage that I rolled before.
Okay.
So 17 bludgeoning damage and 10 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then when I hit it, I'm going to use the maul effect. Actually, you know what? I'll just use the shove effect, the push effect, which requires nothing from me. It just gets pushed 10 feet straight away from myself. So I push it away from everyone else.
Perfect. Yeah, I push it back out away from the path. Okay.
And
no
now
problem.
that I won't provoke an attack of opportunity, I use the rest of my movement to get up the stairs.
30 feet up the stairs. Perfect.
Is there another one or anything else?
There was one other one, but it wasn't close enough to get an attack of opportunity, and then there's one that disappeared. It seemed to teleport somewhere.
Could I have attacked once and then did a second attack and then pushed it?
Yeah, you could have done that, yeah.
Could I have done that right now?
I'll allow you to do it right now because we're using new rules that everyone's getting used to.
I appreciate this, Sean. I'm rolling an attack. A 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. Okay. I have to do so much more math now.
You don't get to do the savage attacker again. It's only once per turn.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So then that's going to be 13 bludgeoning damage and 7.
How do you want to kill this thing?
Yay!
How do you want to whack this bat out of the air?
Yeah, I mean, basically that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Like, I just baseball bat point, call my shot, and then like smash it. But I call my shot like towards like the center of the room, but I hit it so hard that the momentum just like takes it with it. And kind of like it drags on to the rough surface of my wall, and I just end up like hitting the wall with it and just splattering it against the side.
Ooh. That's exactly what happens. As it sort of just turns into this black ichor against the wall. There's black goop against the wall. All right, and then you use your 30 feet to go up the stairs.
Correct.
Cool. All right, Septimus and Bruce, you can see that Sass has just ran up to be next to you, and Fearn is not that far behind. Estos is just a little bit ahead of you guys. Do you want to just keep going?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So a majority of you have for all intents and purposes, gotten away. Fear and Sass, you're still a little bit behind, still within the vision of the light thieves. But the rest of you have gotten far enough ahead that so long as Sass and Fear don't keep dragging them with them, you are safe. The light drinker's turn. Fearn,
Yes.
give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Are we considering the flower on my back?
We are.
Okay. 10.
10. Okay.
However, Sean, succeed or
Indomitable.
fail on that because I can do a thing.
You fail.
Okay. I technically don't have an Indomitable because I used it earlier, but I can use my new thingy, which is called Tactical Mastery, which
Mhm.
allows me to spend one of my second wind slots in order to add a D10 to a saving throw.
Ooh. Very cool.
So I'm gonna give that a try.
Yeah. Go for it. What did you roll originally?
I rolled a 10,
Okay.
so hopefully I roll higher.
Rolls a 1.
13, Sean. The
13.
make it.
13 meets. So it beats.
Yes.
So you're only gonna take half damage. But what happens, Fearn, is while you're running up the steps, you a little bit too late notice something peculiar amongst the starry steps. You notice a little bundle of flesh. The light thief had teleported into the light of the stairs. And suddenly, as you're running up, the starlight all starts to shake and each pinpoint of stars turns almost into a black hole. As then suddenly the light of this explodes out and is destroyed. And you're going to take half damage, though, because you make it out of it. Basically, it's like happening as you're running through it and get to your next spot. You're going to take 14 radiant, halved to 7.
Very good.
But this has like a really like tremoring effect where Sass, you like look back and see this happening, and you can see it's like almost like a shattering. There's just sort of this sound like broken glass as all these stars just pop essentially, and their light bleeds out of these little pinpoint black holes, and just this whole area of stairs disappears and collapses and just looks like stars falling down as there's now the stairs are all gone between these two platforms. There is Fearn and Sass at the top of the next platform, and then the platform below, the 30 feet of stairs that wrapped around up to it, is gone.
Shit. Bruce.
Jacquet, you're up. The light thieves did not break through the door.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna hide and stay.
Okay. Saskia and Fearn, you're up. The stairs below are gone. You can see the two light drinkers that are still there. One of them is about 15 feet downward, where the middle of the stairs were. The one that just exploded the stairs, just flying there. The other one is down below, where it originally was.
And Bruce and Septimus are still down below, right?
No, they're ahead of you guys.
Oh, they're ahead. Is there any of us?
The only
still
person
down
still
below?
back there
Oh.
is Jacquet. So you guys can just run.
Oh, Jacquet. Oh, but you can you're good, right? Maybe. All right.
That's always good.
I will. How much further do we have to go? Can we tell?
You can dash and run, and you'll get up to Septimus, Estos, and Bruce. And what I said was basically, if everyone is in that position, before the light drinker's
did
next
say
turn,
that.
you'll
Yes,
essentially have
you
gotten
did
away.
Yes. Okay, so I do that. I keep running.
Okay.
I dash and move.
Fear, do you do the same?
Yes.
Okay, so the two of you run up and join up with Estos and the nerds, and you like quiet for a moment. You realize the light drinkers are not chasing you anymore.
Jacques still needs to get up here. Bruce, can you
Wait.
message him and say that we're up and that
The stairs are up.
the stairs are out? Yeah.
Hey.
You
We're
know,
out.
I really don't like it. Wait, sorry, what was that?
We moved ahead.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the stairs leading up are now gone.
I'm sorry, what do you mean?
The stairs leading up are gone.
So I can't
About
get
30
up
feet.
to you all?
Yes.
He could climb.
Doesn't he have a way of teleporting?
Can
I
you use
thought
your staff?
I thought it was so simple. Jacques distracts the bad guys and you all just move past. Of course you had to, and then it just cuts off.
He's not happy.
Was there a way we can get it back?
Yeah, what happened to the stairs in the first place?
Okay. Estos is next to us, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you ask Estos that then?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
So it's
actually
like-
looks very confused. He's like,
What was it? The thing died and then it took all
no,
the
it
light.
didn't die. It used an ability called Steal Light, and it exploded the light there, which caused it to deal radiant damage to Fearn and disappear and shatter. Essentially, destroyed the stairs.
Wait, so if we cast light in that area, will it come back?
Maybe.
Septimus, can you do
Or
your thing?
it's not my turn yet.
Jacques. Actually, no. It is actually exactly your turn, Septimus.
Except now it is.
Now
So
it is
you-
because I just realized that Fearn and Sass ran up to you guys when this conversation started. So yes, it is actually your turn, Septimus.
He'll use an action to cast light.
Okay. Pinpointed in where the stairs were, like at the center where the
Yeah.
light drinker destroyed them. Okay. This seems to work, actually. It almost seems as though your casting of light has created a connecting chain between the two platforms, and you can see stars do start to rejoin together slowly and surely. There is a new set of stairs that have been repopulated here.
I'm gonna use my action to then message Jacques. Hey, we got the stairs back.
Arguably, your action was messaging him to tell him there were no stairs. and message is an action to send a single message to someone. I've been
Well, we're out of
in this
initiative.
encounter. I've been allowing you to do a little bit more.
Hey, action surge.
That's right. I forgot Bruce dipped into fighter.
So you
Yeah.
didn't, like they haven't yet released this, but in the new artificers get action surge.
Yeah, but it's only for spells. It's like only for cantrips.
Yeah, you got you got it.
Utility cantrips.
Yeah. So, Septimus reforms the stairs. Bruce, you had already spoken to Jacques that they're gone. It brings us around to, unless there's something else you want to do with your bonus actions or anything like that between the two of you.
Bonus action message.
No. No. I'm only being a stickler on this because I'm not usually. And
No,
we're
no.
in a resource dungeon.
I'm
where
just
it's important
messing
to
around.
conserve your resources, and I want to see what Jacques does. Jacques, as you get this frustrating news that the stairs are all gone, the light thieves break through the door. A hole is ripped out of it, basically, where they've pried two planks apart, and they just swarm in. Your 25 stealth, though, seems to be working to your advantage. So you can see some of them fluttering around in a circle in the middle of the room while others crawl along the walls just searching for your life force.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Cool. Jacquette is going to crawl out and then zoom. Just book it. He's just booking
Just
it.
booking it. Okay.
Feline agility, dash, to give me 180 feet of movement in one turn.
Yeah, buddy. I think it's safe to say you outrun the hand bats. You dash out to the platform. To your lovely surprise, the stairs have returned. I will say there is one light thief on the stairs.
Okay.
The first one you see is easy to avoid. The one that
Okay.
was attacking Saskia originally. You can move around that one. This one is directly in your path along the stairs.
Okay, if I only have 120 feet of movement, would I still be able to make it to the party?
Let me double check. Let's see. You also have to
Additionally,
move 5.
sorry.
Okay, so it took you 5 there, 15 to get to there, and another 30 to get up. 60. Actually, 120 will get you there.
Cool. So bonus action will be to disengage, so that I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
All right. Basically, Sonic the Hedgehog goes shooting out of this room, and I like to imagine you just shimmy, really quickly shimmy crawling from under the bed while they're distracted up above, and just get out of that room, disengage to avoid the two outside, zoom up, and basically just move too quickly for them to really catch on that they even should be chasing you.
I imagine going up the stairs, Jacques actually goes on all fours and he's launching himself up like a cat, and it's a long whoosh, whoosh, as he just gets to the top, does a little action roll, gets back to his feet, stumbles a little because he's a little tired, and goes, ta-da!
While you're all, I imagine, in the middle of arguing about what to do about Jacquette.
Oh, perfect. All right. We seem to have
Wasn't
lost
even 6 seconds.
I'm just that good, baby.
Yeah, good work. We should try this technique more. It's a good strategy.
Yeah, I was gonna say thanks for drawing him off.
Easy peasy. You know me. I can always hide from danger.
You all right?
Fine. Didn't take a hit. How about you guys?
I'm
I
doing
can-
fine.
I'm doing great.
can
I
do
only
some quick
dished out
shifts now.
hits.
I got you.
Never,
Tilda.
never
What else
mind
is-
that. Whatever the hell you did to me earlier, Saskia.
I did. Listen, it's something new. For some reason, my tentacle wasn't working, so I had to I was compelled, as our friend said. That's what I do.
Kneeling down to Bruce after she said my tentacle didn't work, Jacques goes,
Never a problem with me.
Hey! Estos just raises an eyebrow at this exchange.
Look, you gotta
I
have some
quit.
fun when you're in a dungeon like this. I mean, before we're literally crawling through shit.
Yeah. I've kind of come to terms with my mortality at this point. I don't think it can get much worse than where we are right now.
I'd still like to get out of here, so if we're fucking close, can we just move on?
Right.
Shouldn't be too much further. Hopefully we don't encounter any more of those. Come. We're about
Yes,
halfway there.
Papa.
And it's as you kind of start to return to ascending that you just sort of hear the chittering of the light thieves slowly disappear from below as you get higher and higher, and the chamber starts to shrink down as if there's a tapering to the tower, where this ring of stairs is closer and closer together. until eventually it gets very dark, and the only light is the very dim light of the stairs themselves. And they don't go very far, so it only is lit in like the proximity of the stairs. So like you can't see too far up above you other than the 5 feet or so of the stairs as you're climbing up. We're about to reach the next platform, which will be the final platform in the chamber below the lighthouse beacon. I'm not sure what will be in this chamber, so this might be a time to be ready.
I cast mage armor on myself.
Did the thing.
You can't
I
So
did the
basically,
thing.
armor on.
he points upward. You can see that there's one last bend of the circle staircase before it leads to an opening into a chamber.
I would like to cast the new thing that I got from this armor, Guardian of Nature, which provokes a
A roll.
Constitution saving throw, I
Yes, it
believe.
does. Yes, it does. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
19, Sean. I pass.
All right, you do not contract the rot.
Sweet.
It has the oh, that's a bonus thing.
Yes, it's a bonus thing. It only triggers that when he uses the Guardian of Nature effect.
Got it.
Right. And I'm choosing the Primal Beast, if that wasn't already, known.
You're not choosing the Great Tree?
No.
All right, so Theron's walking speed increases by 10. His dark vision goes out to 120 feet. His strength-based attack rolls have advantage, and his melee attacks deal an extra 1d6 force damage on a hit. As Theron basically, like, the roots
So
of the...
I was gonna say, it describes that I become more feral. So I think my horns start sprouting like if they were antlers, and I magically grow a Fabio-esque long mane, and there are patches of fur that grow on my forearms and my tail, and I maybe even a little rattle at the end of the tail, like a snake.
Oh.
Yeah, he starts to look like a monstrosity, actually. But also a little more feral, maybe kind of like the werewolf mages look. As he is imbued with the primal magic of the Circle of Gleam and Rot. All right, so Fearn looks crazy. Sass gets a little a little magic armor that flows over her. You see Estos does the same thing. He mage armors himself. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you all ascend into the next chamber?
I don't think I could do anything.
Okay.
I'm not
So-
gonna risk that rot.
Yeah, since you already have one tick of it. So you will ascend up to the doorway. As you approach, are you doing so stealthily, or are you just going in, figure out what's in there?
I imagine
I think-
we're being stealthy. Some
Yeah.
of us are being stealthy.
Try. We'll try.
I think Jacques will try to go like 120 feet in front of the party to get eyes on it first, so as to not risk them ruining that for him.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check, and then a perception check.
That's 27 on stealth and a 16 on perception.
Okay, so you listen in, you peek around the corner of this doorway. Basically, it's like the stairs lead up to one final platform that has this doorway in it. Inside, you can see that this is it's about a maybe 15-foot hallway. I'm sorry, 10-foot long hallway that then leads into like a 5-foot space that has stairs that go up to the left. You imagine these are kind of like the final stairs that lead up into the chamber. So you can slowly kind of crawl along and peek around the corner with all of these, and you can see it's just sort of a box of stairs that then goes up to an actual opening into the next chamber. When you're peeking there, you can see that this chamber is large. It has ladders on all 3 sides opposite this door that lead up to the beacon area. It actually is kind of a little open air in here a little bit. The actual room doesn't have solid walls, but more has several arched columns that sort of form that sort of like ancient Greek temple that then leads up to a higher platform where the beacon is. And this is where you suddenly see the bathing green light. As there's a lit beacon, of course, that you saw from a distance that had this burning. Now you can see it as this undead flame that burns ever up there. The infrastructure above, you can see, holds this beacon in almost like a brazier that hangs by chains. As you can see, there are several contraptions to sort of move this hanging beacon, so it can be brought down to the level of the floor to be manipulated and then raised back up. And then the ladders are there just for people to get up to the scaffolding there if they need to do maintenance or something along those lines.
Gotcha.
The floor of this space is fairly bare in the center. You can see some scorch marks where this brazier is brought down and might rest, and if it's hot, might leave old burn marks. And then you can see that there are some in the corners of this squared temple-like area with the columns. It is a little bit more solid. There are actual walls that are just sort of the individual corners where you can see tables, supplies. It's where the people tending to the beacon might be keeping the supplies for lighting it, keeping the supplies for maintenance. And you can see that occupies the 4 corners of this room. But it's generally pretty open, though. And it's all bathed in that ominous green light as you look and can see sort of this swirling flame. It's not burning like a normal lighthouse fire would burn. It's burning in a swirling motion, and you can see amongst the flames, you can just sort of see the shapes of skulls within the fire itself.
Could we see, I think you mentioned it, but I think I missed it, a way to lower the beacon down?
So none of you except Jacquet see this because he's snuck ahead.
Oh, that's right, because we're, yeah.
But I will say, yes, Jacquet did notice there are contraptions for raising and lowering the beacon.
Are there any creatures that appear to be in this room?
You notice that there are some lumpy looking shapes in these corners. You can't really make out clearly, but they are similar in silhouette to the wolves from below.
Right. Are any near the mechanism to lower the thing?
I would say right now, no.
Okay. And, just, I guess for roleplay's sake, from the entrance, is the mechanism to the right, the left, across the room?
Yep. So it looks as though the mechanism is to the right when you're looking from your direction. It's almost like a crank lever that would control the descension of the mechanism, and then you push it back when it's in the position you want it to be in.
Okay. All right, cool. So Jacquet will go back down to the rest of the party and go, okay, well, it looks like there might be a few lingering Peskian wizards up there. There's some kind of mechanism to lower the lighthouse light, which, by the way, I didn't notice it before, but there's like weird necrotic energy coming out of that thing. Like, I swear I saw skulls within it.
So we should be pretty careful around that. Septimus, do you know what exactly this ritual you have to perform is, what it entails, etc.?
Listen pretty closely. Can I roll a history check or a religion check?
You can roll a religion check, yeah. I mean, Estos did look at this too. Estos can help you with the ritual. He saw what Norlin had written out and did confirm that it was
I'm saying, I guess
correct.
Septimus is feeling confident that he can do the ritual, but I think just to add a little bit more backstory.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Yeah, it's a basic, accolades.
What was it?
15.
15. Okay. So you it actually reminds you of some of the rituals you did in your youth when you were a follower of the elements versus a follower of Machina. And you think about the use of herbs and burning of herbs to create effects. And the ritual basically requires what you surmise are tools that are within these corners of the room up there amongst the supplies. You need to lower the beacon and then create a kindling fire with the blessed wort that then is using specific tools within the chamber is then sort of brought into the overall flame of the beacon. And if you use the tools correctly to properly handle the blessed wort, it will ignite with the life bearing magic of Pescos.
Okay.
But it requires you to get your hands on the tools inside the chamber.
Yeah. I will relay on that to Jaquette. It's like, I have a pretty decent understanding exactly what we need to do, but I'm going to need the actual tools inside this facility to use it.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking, all right? I can get in there and start the mechanism to lower the
Beacon.
light, the beacon. I'm gonna assume that will probably rouse the creatures. I might be able to stay hidden from them, but if they have any semblance of intelligence left, which some of them seem to, they'll probably come over to the mechanism. I would suggest that you all wait in hiding until the beacon is lowered to the floor. At that point, you can then come out and try to... Well, I guess, how long do you think this ritual is going to take, Septimus and Estos?
You would see that it's essentially going to be a skill challenge within combat. It is going to require 3 victories, 3 successful passes of certain handlings.
Gotcha. Could we do any, so the thing that's being lowered, is that where, the tools that are necessary needed, or that's just the thing
The
itself
tools
to
are
be
in the
able to
corners
take
of the room. The thing that's being lowered is what needs to be worked on with the tools and the blessed wort.
Is there any preparation that we can do with gathering the tools, if we were to get the tools? No. Okay.
I mean, if you were to successfully stealth through this room and not awaken anything and prep everything before he lowers it, yeah, I just don't think you're gonna do that with your stealth checks. There's a world where you stealth successfully through the room, acquire the tools you need, bring it back, prepare everything, and then bring everything in. Which of course, Jaquette could do that. Yeah.
Well, I could help, but actually, I was gonna say, the short rest really did a number. I have the capability now to, I can be even more invisible than I could before, and
How can you be more invisible?
it's greater. All right.
Fair enough. Say no more.
Yeah, I didn't even think about you guys doing that. Go ahead.
That's okay. I could help either acquire the tools that you need, or I can attack while invisible. Either or.
Well, maybe we start with acquiring these tools for the nerds, and then go from there, right?
That would be the wisest move.
Yeah.
Right, Septimus, what do we need?
I need a scalpel. I need a brazier. I need.
You did broom.
He needs a mechanical arm. He needs a
got one of those.
he needs a
Banana
fake eye.
hammock.
And he needs whatever another thing some of you have. No.
Set of dice.
Set of dice, yes.
And a paperclip.
And a paperclip. No, Septimus, you would see that you need a essentially a sacred bowl to mix the kindling
Brazier.
into. Or a sacred bowl. One might call it a small brazier. There is a particular sort of mechanism that is essentially a channel. It's like a half pipe that is connects to the sacred brazier and the larger beacon.
Oh, like a chillum.
I don't know what that is.
Uh-oh, he's Googling it.
No, not like a chillum. It's open aired. It's not a pipe. It's a half pipe.
Okay.
But it's essentially you need to burn the blessed wort in its own container and then create a channel for the fire to go to the larger fire in part of the ritual. So you acquire these two things. You use these two tools to then enact the ritual within the brazier, and then it needs to be protected while the fire meets the actual larger fire. Sure, your brain might go, why can't I just toss the kindling into the larger thing? But that's not how the ritual works. So this is how it has to be done in order for the blessed wort to gain the properties to ignite the whole thing and sustain itself as not just a fire that'll go out in 24 hours. That's why it's a little esoteric. If you just throw it haphazardly in, sure, you started a blessed wort fire. It'll burn, it'll do certain things, but it's not going to last the way that you want it to last.
Okay. I relay the description of everything that I need to the two of them, to the best of my ability.
That's the best of your ability?
That's more than enough to go on. Thank you, Septimus. Glaring at Jacquet.
Yeah, but you could do better.
You know what? So could you.
Maybe.
Definitely.
All right. So you take the left side of the room. I'll take the right.
That's good.
Some of those spaces you looked at, Jacquet, were pretty easy to navigate through. They were just a few containers with a few desks and a few working areas. Others were a little bit more in a disarray. One of them had a huge pile of detritus, like there had probably been a large contraption there that had kind of collapsed in on itself. So you will have to do a little bit of moving around and digging to find these things, possibly.
Okay.
Before we go in, I will... Well, it's only a minute. Do I want to cast it now, or do I want to wait?
Sean, as a prep thing, I am actually going to use the potion of barkskin, and I'm going to make my AC
Nice.
17.
Nice. Alright, I'm gonna wait on greater invisibility.
Sorry. You're using your potion of barkskin?
Yes, sir.
You're gonna wait on your potion of invisibility? Okay.
Wait on casting greater invisibility.
I'm sorry. Casting greater invisibility.
Sorry, lots of potions.
Lots of potions, yes. All right. So, Jacquet and Sass are sending into the room. Everyone else is waiting behind for them to come back with the tools, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So Sass and Jacquet, you get to the top of the stairs. Sass can see the room and see this large vaulted ceiling, capped off with the sort of pointed rooftop you saw from a distance. You can see that roiling green flame, similar to that you saw from a distance when outside. And you can now see quite clearly the skulls within the flames, moving almost in a fluid way, in a vortex. And then look down below, and you can see the four corners where there are rough workshops and contraptions. The ones to your left and right look fairly simple. The one on the far left is a little in disrepair, but doesn't necessarily seem like it has much there other than scaffold support. The one on the far right in the distance is the one that has something larger had collapsed down into a pile. What I would say is a huge pile. Stealth checks.
Stealth checks. Okay. Nice. 25.
25.
You get advantage because of stealth?
She hasn't used the greater invisibility yet, right?
I didn't put.
Oh,
yeah, I
sorry.
didn't cast
So
invisibility.
just did a
yet.
regular stealth. And Jacques?
Sorry.
22.
Okay. Are you guys moving together or separately?
We're going divide and
Around
conquer.
and then meet. Okay.
Yeah, I went left. He went right.
Okay. You both are moving at quite a quiet pace. You get to each of your respective sides on the closer side. Give me investigation checks to look for what you're looking for.
16.
14.
Quietly digging through, the first thing you both notice is that there are the presence of these undead werewolves here on each side. Jacques, on your side, you see two of them there. Their bodies do look sort of splayed, like they are like fallen where they died. But as you've noticed before, they wake up from these positions quite frequently. Saskia, there's only one on your side.
Okay.
Saskia, while you're investigating and looking for yours, you get a little frustrated because you can't find it. And it's in your frustration that you look and see across at the big pile of detritus.
Mhm.
You see the long cylinder needed for the ritual amongst that detritus. So you know where one of the things is. Jacques, you don't find anything of use in your area. You find a lot of old, timber, some stuff to cut up, kindling, like just basic fire tending materials over here, but not any sort of sacred bowl or cylinder.
All right.
The dead werewolves do not respond. They're not activated in any way. They just remain corpses on the ground.
Can I? Am I closer to? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I would have to try and get his attention. I'll start walking over towards the cylinder that I saw.
Okay. Saskia, you get closer to this area. While you're doing that, Jacques, what are you doing?
Well, there's still more areas to search, right? So I will continue to search along my side.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Jacques, go ahead and give me an investigation check on your side to see if you can find the bowl amongst the further detritus. Sass, you come up to this large pile, and you can see there's a lot of like fallen debris over something, and like old curtains and tarps and banners that have all fallen. You look, and the cylinder's there, but as you look closer, you can see it's in the center of what looks like a palm. A large, huge even palm.
Okay. Does it look like a palm of a werewolf?
It looks like it's a humanoid palm for sure, but it's far larger than the werewolves.
Does it look stone, like it's carved at like a statue, or does it look flesh?
It looks like flesh. It looks like sort of this rotted gray flesh that's peeling off with bone and meat underneath. That all looks putrid.
Okay. How far away is Jacques from me right now?
Jacques would be on the opposite side of the room. So we're looking at like 120 feet away.
All right, that's not gonna work. All right. All right. I don't want to touch that yet because I have a feeling if I do, something's gonna happen. Can I continue to look through this? Well, are there piles next to this pile?
Yeah, so like this palm looks like almost like it's coming out of the pile.
Yeah.
Like whatever palm this belongs to, if it is attached to anything, is under
Yeah.
the pile of
Yeah,
debris.
yeah. All right. Can I look and see if the bowl is around here too?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check if you want to do a scan across this side of the room, including Jacquette's side.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and give me that perception check. And Jacquette, what was your investigation check?
14.
14. Okay.
17.
Sass, you spy across to look because you don't really see it on your side. With a 17, you can see that Jacquette is looking for it amongst the detritus, and it's just behind him. He's not noticed it yet, but it's just behind him. He'll get to it eventually. It's just going to take him a few moments without help.
Okay. If I notice that he starts to walk away from it, then I'll go over and point him in the right direction, but I don't want to move away from the cylinder quite yet.
Okay. It doesn't take too long. Jacquette, with a 14, you would eventually find this. It takes some digging. You're looking through. You can find there's more chemical liquids here too, almost like they were using these substitutes, one might even say. Like you notice like they all have like almost like a facsimile of the blessed wort potion. Like they didn't have any blessed wort and they were trying to create an alternative.
Gotcha.
That you do then turn around when you're scratching your head frustrated and you see nestled amongst other tools is what is described as the sacred bull in the ritual. Since as you see him find it.
And I will like point that I found the thing, but like then I will I don't know if you can see it from where you are, Jacquette, but I'll say, yeah, got the cylinder, but
Jacquette, you would definitely be able to see this huge hand where the cylinder is resting on the palm.
How far is it to Saskia? Can I stealth over to join her?
Yes, you can. Yeah, with your 22 and 25s, you guys are keeping your stealth very well here.
I'm afraid that if I touch it, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Let's find something that's similar weight to that.
I was thinking the same thing. We'll just Indiana Jones it.
Who?
You never read about him or heard the stories? It's fucking cool.
No.
Halcyon Jones.
There's
no Indiana in my world. You have any? How you want to do this?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jacquette.
Is there anything? We've got a pile of shit around us.
Yeah, there's plenty of shit to grab something to be able to try to do a quick swap.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So I'm thinking a sleight of hand situation. In Sass, you can help to give him advantage if you'd like.
Yeah. Do you want to place and I'll hold, or do you want me to place and you'll take it?
Here. And then Jacquette's gonna, more for flavor, he's gonna conjure up his mage hand and he's I'm gonna flick the item to you and then I'll place the other one down in its place. It'll be quick like that, it won't even notice.
Right. And I'll use my mage hand as well to help catch.
Oh, that's perfect.
So it doesn't it's not too much of a weight. Difference.
This is adorable.
As Jacquette goes like this, his hand is like doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'll just prep. I'm ready.
And then her mage hand is like it's like a catcher's mitt.
Exactly.
All right, let's get that sleight of hand check with advantage.
You could do it, Jacquette. I'm sure yours is better. Hell yeah.
31.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Describe the flourish of this, Stefan, and how well you do this.
So not only does Jacquette's mage hand knock it out really quickly, but it knocks it up. So it doesn't scrape across. It goes up, but it's only so slightly that it pops out in Saskia is able to catch it with her mage hand, and then Jacques had like his on top, and he kind of drops it, and the mage hand in the same motion like slowly lowers it and like slinks out. So the next one, and there's probably like 0.6 seconds where there is not weight on that hand.
Absolutely. And it is flawless victory here, acquiring this channel for the ritual, as you replace it just with another sort of long cylinder of detritus debris here. And like, it's very tense, regardless of how successful. It's like you're very tense watching it, just like in Halcyon Jones plays, as it's just, and you kind of like catch your breath as soon as it's out of your hand, as there's just sort of like the most lightest ever little, just kind of like twitch in the thumb, but nothing happens.
My mage hand gives you a thumbs up.
My mage hand thumbs up and then goes for a knuckle tap.
Yeah.
And then the two of us scurry away like rats back to the...
The two scurry back as they kind of wrap round the steps to join you all in the sort of secluded area where you're not in view of the room. And you can see they...
There's some...
Perfect. Fantastic. You
There's
guys...
There's things in there.
We need to keep it to you guys. That was the entire time.
We need it to be quiet, though. There's things in there. If anything is out of place, something's gonna wake up. So we need to be very careful.
So as I understand, they got me the tools that I needed.
Yes.
So essentially, if I recall what you said correctly, there's the burning bowl and the tube to essentially like light a kindling into it.
Yeah, you're basically creating a kindling in the bowl, and then the channel attaches to the bowl, and if you have more kindling within the bowl, it will catch and grow in strength until it reaches the beacon, and then have the proper blessing of the blessed wort.
Okay, so like when
transfer.
The beacon's down, that's okay. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh shit, Jacques, we didn't lower it.
No. This is fine. I'm gonna. As Septimus is standing there, and he's putting the things together and setting everything down. He's putting the blessed wort into the bowl to get everything ready. He's not gonna burn it yet, but he's just making sure that's prepped.
Estos is helping you with this. And he actually, there's a moment he stands up though and walks over to Fearn, and looks at him and goes, "Sorry, mate, but I need that back." And points to the shielded amulet on your neck.
Was he the one who gave it to us, or was it the? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I, take it off my head and just say, keep it safe.
Oh, I don't intend to keep it safe. I intend to use it. And he comes over to you, Septimus, and he goes, "If you wouldn't mind a slight manipulation in this ritual, to see if I can infuse the magic of this amulet into kindling."
Does he seem like he wants to help us, or that he's trying to fuck it up?
It would boost the strength of the blessed wort. The
Can I roll
shield
an
within
arcana?
this amulet, empowered by the blessed wort, would bring Ladan and Pescos together again.
Oh, just over, like, I imagine, like, Septimus is down doing this, and what's his name? Estos has walked over, and behind, as Estos is saying that, Jacques was just like, no.
This would fulfill what must be done here and protect this place once and for all.
Would it fulfill your pact?
His head turns very, quickly or slowly towards you. And there is a strange look in his eye. He doesn't say anything though. Just there's almost a warlock stare.
Yeah.
I imagined that you would understand.
I would, but I don't want it to fuck us over in the process.
Ladan and Pescos. Their will is protection. Their will is freedom.
May I please roll insight? I was trying not to say that, but can I do it now?
Give me an insight check.
Can I roll inside too?
Can I just not trust him?
You can, you can also choose to not trust him based on the things he's saying. But if
Can
you
I
want a
roll-
little more information with an insight check, you can. Again, I want to remind folks that insight is not a lie detector. It's just about getting a feel for the way someone is behaving.
And I roll Arcana to see if what he's saying is based in any actual fact.
Yes, yes. Sass, what'd you get?
Warlock to warlock. I got a 15.
15, okay. What'd you get in your Arcana?
12.
And would you get on your insight, Bruce, if you wanted to do that as well? 1, okay. Bruce,
Can I do a backflip, Sean?
You do a backflip. It's like that's like the moment when Karlak just starts dancing when she's idle. It's just Fear does backflips when he's idle. All right, so one at a time. Bruce, you can't get a good read on this guy, but he's being weird. That's it. Like, it's just as literally as you can take what he's saying. It's a little weird. Septimus, with your Arcana check, you don't really know that much about Ladan and Pescos. Everything you know about them, you've learned in the last day. All you know is what you were told by the Sentinel about them and what Estos has shared about them. And something that you at least remember with this 12. You know, you're not going to get a straight answer here, but you're going to get something, at least a reminder of some of the stuff you've learned. A particular word sticks out in your head. At one point, the Sentinel referred to Pescos and Ladan as Ardenbound. Saskia, this guy has the face that you had when you wanted to lick a dangerous rock. That's what you get with a 15 insight here. He is clearly in a warlock manic state.
Listen, I know what this feels like, all right? I know that the power is intoxicating. It feels amazing. It feels like you're going to get a reward. But trust me, the last time that I did what my patron wanted me to do, I fucking killed someone. So, forgive me if I'm not willing to just let you try something on a whim.
And he kind of looks around at everyone now. Give me a persuasion roll, Sass.
Persuasion. 22.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'd listen to her. For making her roll a 27.
Okay, good, because he actually did roll well on his own roll. In adding that 5 will secure this.
Thanks, Bruce.
He looks and he's just sort of he suddenly looks gaunt and fearful. What happens when you don't listen to your bullshits?
Nothing, actually. It goes away afterwards. It's kind of like a scratch or an itch. You scratch it, or if you don't scratch it, it'll go away.
It doesn't, Bruce.
Don't tell him that.
It's the difference between an itch and the gnawing roots and the gleaming thorns.
I get that too. Not that specifically, but I understand what it feels like. Septimus, don't let him do it.
If I take it that he wants to put the amulet in the basin to burn with the root, and then it would just magically burn away its entirety, and its essence would be imbued into it, right?
Yes.
Jacquet is gonna walk up behind Estos and slightly sleight of hand, but also slightly just like calmly taking out of his hand, will like put a hand on his back, and then with his other hand take the amulet out and go, "You should listen to her. She's had a lot more experience dealing with these her patronage than you have."
It's been longer than 5 hours for me.
He lets you do that. And he as passive as he can, doesn't like in his mind it's like, if they take it from me, then I didn't
Right.
I can't fulfill
There you
it. So he
go.
lets you
Uh-huh.
take it in that way. That's maybe the wizard side of him trying to logic his way out of the pact.
Hey, Jacquet. Bruce just opens his bag of holding.
Throws it in there.
That you do see a noted like increase in anxiety on his face when that happens. As to expect from a patron who's losing the things needed to, or the patronee losing the things needed to fulfill his patron's will.
Protege.
Protege, thank you. That is a better word to use than patronee.
It's okay. I've been there.
But he is no longer in what you perceived as a threat here. He can't fulfill his duties. You have the key to fulfill his compulsion. So, Septimus, you get the channel and the sacred bull brazier ready to go.
Yes.
And the plan is to go in, sneak in, lower this, and then have the rest of the group rush in to start the ritual and get ready for any fight that might happen.
Right.
And protect me.
At all
And
costs.
protect you.
Can I cast mage armor on you?
No.
No.
So the way I see
shouldn't
it,
need it, but who
Yeah.
knows?
well, mage armor doesn't work if you have
Oh, wait a
armor
minute.
True.
on.
Ah,
so
shit. So then it doesn't work because I have armor on.
You can take your armor off. It takes 1 minute to doff light armor. So
All right.
Mhm.
All right. Okay.
get that 1 extra AC.
That one, exactly. The one extra. Hey, I
yeah,
need it.
To make the
I'll
I'm
take whatever
difference.
you
burning
get.
through my my spell that I casted on myself. You know.
So the way I see it, I'll go in there. I'll start lowering it. I imagine that's when things will start to get active. Estos, any idea how long it'll take for that beacon to come down? Is it quick? Is it slow? Is it agonizing?
It can be quite slow, but it is not very long. It will take a minute, perhaps, to lower down.
Just cut the rope.
Then it doesn't go back up.
It's also
Do we need
chains.
it to?
It's also chains.
We need to lower it, do the ritual, and then raise it again, and then that will emanate the light throughout the city. Were you listening?
All right.
Yeah, the light wouldn't breach enough in the columned area. It needs to go up to the top where it's completely open to the air.
Is it a two-person job to lower the thing? Would it be better? if
Doesn't
there's
look
two
like it.
people?
It's a simple lever. Once it's low enough, I'll set it.
All right.
My hope is that I can hide over there.
How,
And the
how
thing
do you,
is,
how do you plan on raising it after the ritual's ready? Well, we're getting attacked by monsters.
I'll go over and hit the lever, and it'll start going back up.
And hopefully the light will shine through and deal with any threats that we might be dealing with.
And maybe once the beacon is lit, inside here we'll be safe. And then it's just raising it to bring that safety to the rest of the city.
That's what I said, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And it is a
Yeah, but-
lever that has like 3 settings. Like it's stop, up, down.
Got it.
I said that
Okay.
in character stuff. That wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't really listen to you, so I didn't say that in character. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Jacquet, since I'm not really,
Important?
you're-
Yeah.
yeah, should I do the lever instead?
I
I
can
mean,
make you invisible, Bruce, if you want.
I guess. I mean, I didn't really see it as like a big deal. I was gonna hide after activating it to come down.
Yeah, I just
And
thinking
then-
about like if protecting Septimus. I think you're a little better at it than I am, right?
Well, yeah, okay. That works, though I think he'll...
My thought process is that if you're over there before the rest of us and something goes wrong with your invisibility, then you're out there by yourself and you get messed up. You know.
You should have some more faith in Bruce. I mean, he could defend himself, kinda.
I mean, I've seen what he can do. It's just, every time I've seen him do something, it's been different than the last time. So there's still some consistency I'm looking for in his tactics, if you will.
No.
Yeah, I haven't really found my flow yet.
Bruce,
You know.
Bruce, let you quit go. I might need you to cast Sanctuary on myself to protect me.
I don't have any spell slots left.
Well, then, all the more reason to stay close to
Here,
friend.
Jacques hands you the alchemist's
What did you call me?
fire thrower. And Jacques goes, I don't know how well you can use it, but if push comes to shove, and he's going to show him the area of effect, 30-foot line, that it just belches out fire, you point this at a bad guy and hit it. And that's 8d6 fire damage.
Okay. All right. I'll try not to hit anybody else with it.
And if you do, it'll be fine.
Okay. So, Jacquette's going to sneak in, lower the beacon.
Yes.
Everyone else rushes in to start the ritual, complete it, defend Septimus in the ritual, or anything that comes.
Right.
All right. Jacquette, stealth check.
$29. Jacquette says that as he goes, he's oh, I shouldn't do that.
Okay. You get to the lever. With a 29, you feel very confident that you were not seen or heard. It starts going up.
Ah!
No.
I don't know my directions.
No. Like just the sounds of chains that have long been stagnant and dust popping out of them as they start to fire whirling and twirling in its vortex is just you look around, Jacquette, as you're kind of like half hiding behind the lever as it's coming down, holding it. It's tense because you know you have to stop it too. As you just look around and start to see things twitching in the corners. You look over and just see the hand under the detritus just as you just start to
Go faster, go faster.
it sits up underneath the detritus as you can see an undead giant. And then you see it you start to see around the lip of it. It's about to be in position where you can put it into neutral. And it's in position. You can see the fire kind of whirls out, and now you're staring into this vortex of death. So you could just see skulls. As you can see a silhouette of a person in there. As you see something stretches its arms out. You can see sort of like a bear, almost like a bear's skull at the head. Like almost just like flecks of skin still left on it as it's sort of almost like something's been awoken. What do you want to do?
Oh. Hide. I'm gonna hide. What does Jacquette do best but hide from his problems, hide from anything serious in life?
Give me a stealth check. This one is actually going to be a disadvantage. because you're in an uncovered area looking for cover. Well, I suppose you can hide underneath the lip of the brazier, the beacon. What'd you get?
It's gonna be a 22
Into
because
That's
I
right.
literally
'Cause you
can't.
literally can't get lower than that. So imagine, Jacques, you skitter away as this thing sort of it like didn't see you, but it sort of noticed a presence. Intruders toiling against the flames of the undead, the creeping rot. Show yourselves. As that voice is familiar to the voice of whatever entity had acknowledged your presence when you first entered the tower. As this being steps out of the flames, you can see these half-burnt blue robes covered in singe marks. The embers of the singes the same green as the undeath. As you can see, a skinless skull with just a few flecks of flesh still remaining on it that have not rotted away fully yet, as it holds itself aloft. Looks a little bit like a lich. But I think that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh.
That's it for us tonight, folks. We're going to close it out there and start the final level of the dungeon next session. As this presence has been made manifest, this creeping undeath has a true agent here with a little bit more intelligence than the muck and mire you've been crawling through. All right. That's it, folks. We're going to end it there. Thank you for hanging out with us wherever you are in the world. Say goodnight, everybody.